I know. Just take a second. I need you to take a second before you say anything, because I have been holding this in for 3 weeks, and I want to see your face for a moment before the words start. I just want to look at you, standing there. Just there you are. There you actually are. Do you have any idea how long it has been since I got to see your face with my actual eyes and not a screen? I've been counting. I know exactly how long it has been, and I am not going to say the number out loud because it will make me emotional before I've even made it through the door. Can I come in? Please tell me I can come in. Hi. Hi. I'm here. I'm actually, physically, genuinely here. And that is real. And you are real. And I am standing in the same room as you. And I cannot fully explain what that feels like after all this time, except to say that every single uncomfortable hour of every flight and every layover was worth it the moment I saw you open that door. Every single one. You look exactly like yourself. I know that sounds like a strange thing to say, but you don't understand what it is to spend months seeing someone only through a camera, through a small rectangle of light, and to forget in some cellular way what it feels like to be in the actual physical presence of them. And then you open the door, and you are just you, the full version, the real, dimensional, warm, present version of you. And it hits differently than I remembered. And I remembered it very well. I remembered it every day. I'm sorry I didn't warn you. I know that's the first thing you want to say to me. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you tell me you were coming? And I have an answer. I have a very good answer that I have been rehearsing on the plane, and it goes like this. Because I needed to see your real face. The first second face. The face before you had time to prepare or anticipate or manage your reaction. I've been looking at your prepared face for months, the one you put on when you know we're about to call, when you've fixed the lighting and you're ready. And I love that face. I love every version of your face with a completeness that borders on the irrational. But I needed the door face, the completely unguarded, not ready, genuine face. I needed that more than I've needed most things recently. And it was even better than I imagined. For the record. Come here. Please. I have been on 3 different modes of transportation in the last 20-something hours, and the only thing that kept me going was the thought of being able to do this. Just stand somewhere with you close to me and breathe the same air and feel the actual warmth of you within arm's reach. You have no idea what it does to a person to love someone at a distance for a long time. You start to feel the absence like a physical thing, like a pressure, like something sitting on the chest that only lifts when you're close to them again. I can feel it lifting right now. I can feel it going. There. There it is. That is the thing. That is the specific feeling I have been chasing across every time zone and through every moment of this stupid, necessary distance. You feel exactly like I remembered, and also better than I remembered, and I don't want to let go yet. Tell me if you need me to. I'll let go when you need me to. But if you don't need me to, I would like to stay exactly here for a little while longer, because I have been waiting for this exact coordinate in space and time for a very long time. I thought about telling you so many times. You have no idea. Every time we talked this past month, I was sitting there with this enormous secret in my chest, and you would say something about how much you missed me, or how long the distance felt right now, and I would be internally screaming because I wanted to say, I know, and I'm coming. I'm already planning it. It's already real. But I held it. I held it because the door face was worth it. I hope you agree that the door face was worth it. I need you to agree with me on this. Let me look at you properly. I've been looking at you in 2 dimensions for so long. Just let me. Your face in actual light. I want to memorize this. I want to put this specific version of you in a place in my memory where I can find it easily on the hard nights, the nights when the distance feels longest and the call drops or the time zones don't line up and I'm lying awake at some hour that doesn't make sense, thinking about you. I want to be able to find this exact expression on your face right now, and hold it there. You are so beautiful. I forgot somehow, despite thinking about you constantly, how entirely and completely beautiful you are in person. There should be a word for that specific forgetting and the specific re-remembering. Someone should have invented it by now, because I think about it often. I have nowhere to be for 5 whole days. I need you to understand the full weight of that sentence. 5 days. No calls to schedule around, no time zones to calculate, no goodbyes at the end of a screen. Just 5 days of being in whatever room you're in, of waking up in the same place, of being able to reach over and find you actually there. I've been dreaming about the ordinariness of it, not the big moments, the ordinary ones. Making something in your kitchen, sitting beside you while you do whatever you do in the evenings, watching you exist in your own space, in your own life, just being near you while the regular hours pass. I have missed the ordinary hours with you more than I know how to say. I brought some things, nothing dramatic, just small things I picked up because I saw them and thought of you, which is a thing that happens to me approximately 40 times a day, regardless of whether I'm shopping. So I've started writing them down and occasionally acting on it. There's something from that little place near my apartment that you mentioned liking when you visited, and something I found in a market that I held up and thought, that is so completely and specifically her, and I have no choice but to bring it across an unreasonable number of miles. I also brought myself, which I maintain is the main gift. The other things are supplementary. Here, this one first, because it travels well, and I've been worried about it the whole journey, which tells you something about my priorities. I kept checking that it was still intact every time the bag moved. The man sitting next to me on the second flight definitely thought I was unwell. I'm not unwell. I'm just in love with someone who lives far away, and I brought them something fragile, and I was taking my responsibility seriously. I know, it's small, but I saw it, and it was immediately, completely yours, and that's the only criterion that matters to me. Does it feel right? It felt right the moment I saw it. I trust that instinct completely when it comes to you. I've learned to trust everything that moves in me when it comes to you. Can we just sit for a while? I don't need to do anything tonight except be here. We can talk, or we don't have to talk. We can sit in whatever comfortable silence you keep in this apartment when you're alone. Except now, I'm in it too. I want to be in your quiet. I want to know what your evenings feel like from the inside. I've imagined them so many times. What you do when the call ends and the screen goes dark and you're back in your own space, alone. I've thought about the specific quality of your alone time, and I've wanted to be part of it for so long. Not to change it, just to exist alongside it. Just to be another warm thing in the room. I missed your voice at the volume it actually is. I know that sounds strange, but through a phone, through speakers, through whatever device we were using on whatever night, your voice was always a reproduction, always close, but always slightly translated. And right now, you're right here, and your voice is at its actual size, and I can feel it in the air between us, and it's the most ordinary miracle. All of you is an ordinary miracle. The fact of you, within arm's reach, on a regular evening, in real light, in real time. I keep having to remind myself that it's real, that I'm not going to look over in a moment and find a screen. You're real. This is real. I'm here. I'm actually here. I have 5 days to remind you what it feels like to have me close, and I intend to use every single hour of them, starting right now, starting with this, with sitting here, with you, in the ordinary light of your ordinary evening, which is the most extraordinary place I have been in months. Don't let me go yet. I just got here.